Modric is just the GOAT. FC24 gameplay is definitely a bit different post-patch. I've been trying to mess around with some tactics and try out different formations to see, you know, is there anything drastically changed, or is it going to be the 4-2-3-1 again, the 4-3-2-1, back to kind of, you know, last year's FIFA where we only saw a couple different formations? You know, what is going to be the meta post-patch? And I don't think we'll fully know for another couple weeks probably, but what I will say right now is these tactics I found have definitely been really fun for me, and they're very attacking, and that's why I like them. We will get into them right now. If you guys want to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. The link is in the description. Use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. So with EA's patch, they kind of advertised that they wanted to make the deep lying playmaker position more viable. They literally released a Benacer SBC because they wanted to promote the deep lying playmaker position, right? So I wanted to try it out and see, hey, is there a formation that kind of works for that? Because ideally, I always have been best in the past FIFAs with a sort of a deep lying playmaker when it has worked, and this year it obviously did not work up until now, and that's what today's video is going to be. I actually got to use a deep lying playmaker in Toni Kroos, and I really liked using him. This formation is actually a lot better than I expected it to be. So I'm going to give you a few tactics today because I switched between a lot of them. I think this year is more than ever is a year where you need to switch your tactics when things are not going well, or when you need to hold on to a lead, or you need to get the ball back and you're in desperate need of a goal, right? You need to change your tactics this year more than almost any year, in my opinion, so far that I've found. Well, that being said, let's get into the first one I want to talk about. The first one is the 4-3-3-2 formation. We'll talk tactics in a sec, but it's this formation here. I'll tell you right now, the 4-3-3-2 is what I'm using right now, but you can use the false 9. The false 9, where is it? Right here. The false 9 virtually plays the same. It just gives you a little bit of a closer passing option with your striker, right? That's kind of all it really does here. You can play with either one. I like to play with the 4-3-3-2 right now. You might like the 4-3-3-5. They play very similar. It's just Cantona. Well, now it's Mbappe, but the point is the striker just comes a little bit further back. See what one you like more. Kind of simple as that. But the tactics are here. So you might be saying to yourself, like, these don't look like really anything interesting because everything is unbalanced. But let me explain as to why things are the way they are here. So defensive style balance, I think, is kind of a must. I think press after possession loss or on heavy touch is just too much. Just pulls your players out of position too much. So balance is fine. Width at 50, depth is 45. 71 depth is gone. I actually think high depth is not very good anymore. High depth was an absolute must-have in your team literally before the patch, and right now, with the fact that this formation is attacking with these instructions that I have on this formation, I want a lower depth, and you kind of need that. So I would say between 40 and 55. I would try between that range. Build up, play balance, chance creation balance. In previous years, balance was hot garbage. Like, is it actually playable this year? Well, the attacking AI in this game, almost no matter what build up, play, or chance creation you use, balanced or long ball or fast build up, whatever, there is going to be moments where you say, my attacking AI is dog water. It's horrible, and you can't really escape that. So balance to me, I've noticed is probably the best I've played with so far post-patch with this formation. The other formations I'll say might be a little bit different, but for this right now, balance is fine. 60 width, I want the center mids a little bit further wide. We'll talk about that in a sec as well. Players in box I have at 5, just right in between. Corners of free kicks at 1. Now the instructions of this formation are very important. And also, I'm going to talk about players you need to have in your team for this formation once we get past the instructions, so do not miss that. Firstly though, left wing, I have him on get in behind and get into the box for cross and nothing else. Some people like to have him on cut inside. I actually don't like that because my center mid, Bernardo Silva and Luka Modric, are kind of making that run from the inside. So if you have Mbappe and Neymar cutting inside, it kind of becomes a clusterfuck. I like them unbalanced, and you can actually keep them on stay wide if you want to, but I have them unbalanced for now. So that's the same with the left wing and the same with the right wing. The striker though, Eric Cantona, stay central, get in behind. I would definitely have him on that. Now if you're playing the false 9 and you want to have that striker closer, maybe don't have him on get in behind. But if you're playing in the 4-3-3-2, then I would say get in behind, stay central. The two center mids are the exact same. You're gonna have them on balanced, get into the box for cross, and on free roam. You can't see it, but they are on cover wing, not cover center. So I would keep both on balance because I want Toni Kroos to be the guy who just sits in the middle and I get him the ball. What really helped the center mids, because I wasn't able to attack with them too well until I changed it to free roam. When they're on stick to position on default, they don't really move like how I like them to. When they're on free roam, they really move all around. So Silva and Modric have much more freedom when they're on free roam. I really like that. I would definitely recommend using free free roam. That made it a lot easier for me to attack. And Toni Kroos, who's a very vital cog in this team, cut passing lanes, stay back while attacking, and cover center. You might say, okay, well, this is a deep lying playmaker formation. Why not have the deep lying playmaker tactic, which you can't really see, but that is literally a tactic or instruction on the CDM. I didn't really like that because deep lying playmaker, what it basically does is it tells your CDM to move closer to the ball wherever you are. Say you have the ball with Basha, who's the left back. It's going to tell Kroos to come as close to you as possible to pick up the ball. The problem with that is you're leaving it up to the attacking AI to make a smart run to you, which they can't do very well. So they get lost in the shuffle a lot. Like, you can't really find him when they're on deep lying playmaker, at least in my opinion. When they're on stick to position, they kind of end up, Kroos just stays put, which is where I want him to be, spraying out through balls to Mbappe, Neymar, even Silva and Modric. Fullbacks stay back while attacking and overlap. The fact that there's only one CDM means I want my fullbacks back. Now, you can still manually trigger some runs once in a while. I still do that with Basha, where I'll see an opening, I'll L1 pass it to Silva, and then I'll send it up to her. Maybe she'll cross it in, right? So I can still make like forward plays with them, just it's more on my accord than balanced, which balanced fullbacks basically just means they run forward constantly. It's always been a thing in FIFA. It basically balance and join the attack are virtually the same thing. So I like to have them on stay back while attacking. But okay, so now here's a very important part of this video. There's certain players that you can use here that are really going to be effective and other ones that are not going to be. And I'll tell you in what positions and what players those are. So the midfield in this formation is the most important by far to me. Two center mids need to be able to be box to box. Bernardo Silva is high, Modric is medium. That's fine. I would like them to ideally have the same work rates, either high or medium in the midfield. I'd like them to both have defending capabilities. Before pre-patch, you can kind of get away with maybe in center mid use like a Garincha, like some attacker, a Lionel Messi or something like that. I think now with the way it is post-patch, I think I just like having defending on more of my players. I think it's more important. Modric and Silva there, I definitely want two pretty good box-to-box midfielders that can shoot, that can defend. Bernardo and Modric are perfect for that. Toni Kroos as my CDM. This is a card that you just need to get involved. This, obviously, we talked about is a deep-lying playmaker type formation. He needs to have good passing. That's obviously the #1 trait, and ideally, he has some decent interceptions. Pace isn't quite as important, but definitely some decent defending and great passing. Long ball plus Toni Kroos. He's not the most meta ever, but he's a lot of fun to use. He's dished some insane through balls to Neymar and Mbappe and Cantona in like the 20 games I've used this formation in. So, and the only other thing I'll say is my right back and left back, because I am going forward with my midfielders a lot, I like having them a little more defensive. You know, Philipp Lahm is intercept plus, more of a defensive right back. I like that a lot rather than, say, a João Cancelo, right? But I like Lahm, and Basha is good going forward, but obviously great defensively too, so I like Basha a lot. I'd say that's about it, really, for must-haves, but the midfield is super important. When you get a great midfield, if you have insane midfielders, this formation is going to be so fun for you because they will run the show in the midfield, and it's really fun. Yeah, I think that's all I got to say about this one. So when this formation is not working, what I like to do is actually kind of go backwards. So when you're using this formation, oftentimes you have enough attackers. That's not really the issue. The problem is you might have one CDM, which is my Toni Kroos, who's not the best defensively, and Modric and Silva are bombing forward too much, and I need more defensive help. I will switch to the 4-2-3-1, this formation, to get kind of a hold of the game a little bit more. This is kind of fucked up because I switched something. So Silva on the left, Neymar Cam, Cantona up top, and Mbappe on the right there. This is another fantastic formation. Inception uses a very similar tactics to this. I saw this tactics video a couple days ago. The 4-2-3-1 is awesome right now post-patch. It helps defensively a lot. Balanced defensive style, 60 depth, 45 width. Balance once again. 35 width to kind of keep things a little bit more narrow. But if you don't like that, go up to 50. Doesn't really matter to me. Players in box, I have 1 up higher. Corners, free kicks, I have at 1. Instructions are very simple. Just balance with the striker, nothing else. For the cam, left mid and right mid, it's just get into the box for cross, and that's it. Modric and Kroos, the 2 center defensive mids, stay back and cover center. Philipp Lahm, right back, stay back while attacking, overlap, and I have Basha on balance and overlap. If you want, you can put the left back on stay back too, but you're going to notice that a lot of these tactics right now post-patch are going to have a lot more people on stay back while attacking than they did pre-patch. Like before, you could honestly get away with like 2 CDMs on balanced and 2 fullbacks on balanced. I think right now it's just too much going forward post-patch. A lot of stuff on stay back while attacking I think is necessary. If you don't like the other one, switch to this one. You'll like that. Now, if you're chasing a game, I do the 4-4-2 with just constant pressure, fast build of forward runs there. Nothing too out of the ordinary when you're chasing a game. I do 4-4-2 and it looks like this when I just need to score in the last 10 minutes, something like that. But the point is this year, you guys need to change your tactics and instructions a lot during the game. I think more so than I have even been doing the last like few weeks, honestly. I think this game, especially post-patch, you got to change your tactics up when things are not going well. Right now, the 4-3-3-2 to me is just a really balanced formation. I love the 4-3-3. Honestly, it's just so easy. Before we get into the gameplay, briefly about the team. I have red Eric Cantona. Eric Cantona has a lot of strength. He has a couple weaknesses weaknesses, but he definitely has a lot of strengths, and one of them is literally his strength. I mean, his physicality is crazy. He'll notice that there are times if you're using a center back that isn't Virgil van Dijk, Cantona might just bully you the entire game, and that is a really nice thing about Cantona. One of the problems is he the most agile ever? No, you can definitely tell he's not. And that's really the main issue. Is he have 99 pace? Not quite. Does he have 99 agility? Not quite. But the 5-star skills, Cantona is still a beast. I think he's still worth the price tag. He's just, you can tell he's not Eusebio, Pele, Ronaldinho, those kinds of cards, right? Mbappe's Mbappe. You don't need me to tell you about Mbappe. The guy's insane. Neymar is a pro player card this year, if you guys don't know. Pros are using gold Neymar, and rightfully so. This is one of the best cards in the game, easily. Left stick dribbling being back up. Bernardo Silva, the new card, is my left center mid. High work rates, definitely like to have those. Decent defending with decent pace, that's really what matters. Like that for Bernardo. Luka Modric is an absolute monster at right center mid. He's my favorite right center mid so far I've used in this formation. He's so good defensively, so good dribbling, so good passing, good shooting with a Trivela plus. Nothing not to like about Luka Modric. You have Toni Kroos here, who is a lot of fun to use because he can pass the ball extremely well. Long ball plus is awesome. Of course, 65 agility. That's not going to be great for you, but the passing is there. He does have 90 interceptions basically with the chem style, with the intercept play style, so he can intercept some passes. 70 pace, of course, is a little slow, but you know what? He's fun. Basha is Basha. Lucio is Lucio. Christ, he's insane. Van Dijk is Van Dijk. He's Jesus Christ. He walks on water. Philip Lahm, like I said, a little more defensive fullback. I like him there. Intercept plus is awesome. He's very good defensively. And then Kasper Schmeichel in goal is he's fine. I don't know. Goalkeepers are hit or miss. I don't really know what ones are good or which ones aren't, honestly. But okay, I think it's time to play some games. All right, game number 1 at 2 a.m. playing qualifiers. This might be a mistake, but let's find out. Good shit, Tony. Long ball plus. Shot. Cooked. Oh, man. I should have shot that the first time. Oh, yeah. Trivela plus. That's insane. You green that is literally a guaranteed goal. Don't worry. It's just Van Dijk and Lucio you got to get around. Nice Cruz. Beautiful play. Oh my god, I was feeling myself. I could have just easily not played that over the top, but I had to go for the spectacular. Yeah, we're a goal for you, pal. Got it. Yeah, see, the nerf to Techno Plus definitely is noticeable, though. Like, that was not as fast as before, but still a good play. Blocked by Basha. The ball to Cruz. Once Cruz gets the ball, like, we just start going, everything's open. Got Pirlo. Okay, Steven McManaman and Trivela is probably not going to be the best shot there. What a fucking throw. Easy. Boom. Nice job. Silva makes a nice run forward. Stretches out the defense. Okay, I mean, that is an absolute scorcher by Pirlo's left foot. Bruce, let's go. Patience. Patience. Beautiful. Flare Plus finally had its use. Okay, GG's. The thing about this formation is that every time I play with it, I just enjoy the 4-3-3. Like, that's the thing I take away from this the most, is that I enjoy the 4-3-3 this year a lot, with one CDM and a couple midfielders making runs forward. This Mbappe goal actually as good as I thought it was, or is it kind of just like shit? Oh my god, the left-footed turnaround volley is insane. So yeah, once again, anything that you want to change, any little minute changes, go for it. Okay, you gotta play what works for you, do what works for you. If you do make some changes, let me know what you did and what you think of them. But yeah, thank you for watching. I love you all. See you in this video very soon. Peace.